Hey guys, what's up? Luke Fan 3 here, and the game's still loading. This is like my fourth or fifth attempt because 3 or 4 times the game has crashed or froze up. And most recently it froze after I completed the game, so we'll have to do this again. The Jets say tails it is. Tails, and they of course will elect to receive. We will defend the left. So we won't be resting our starters here, even though we pretty much have locked ourselves in the playoffs after beating the Patriots. But hey, it's going to be another time to give our fans another game. Hopefully to win this, to give them a happy, promising entrance into the postseason. And Sean Green, on the first play of the game, gets tackled for a 2-yard loss, and expect me to try to get more user picks whenever I can. I may fail a lot of times, and well, yeah. Alright, so 3rd and 9 now. Oh! Got burned there, and Santonio Holmes is gone. It's played. I just did not play that well at all. That was partially on Sean Smith, and that was partially on me. So, they get the first touchdown of the game. After blowing coverage like that. 79 yards on that touchdown pass. And there's Reggie Bush. He gets out to the 26. No touchdown, but that's alright. He made a good effort to get as many yards as possible. And Matt Moore will get the start of this last regular season game. Now, I'm hoping to get Dennis Pitta more involved, as I should have been, because when I haven't... Wow. Well, when I haven't, it just made it seem like the trade was a waste of time. And wow, did you see that pass in there? You could see Matt Moore's stats. Man, Dennis Pitta makes a great catch, and that pass is intercepted by Antonio Cromartie, and Devon Bass tackles him almost immediately. Interception has been an issue for Matt Moore. As you guys saw, he has thrown more interceptions than touchdowns. That's something you don't want to see from a quarterback. In Matt Moore? No, not Matt Moore. Mark Sanchez. Pass falls incomplete. Sean Smith had his hands on it, but it's incomplete. And they give it to Sean Green, and he breaks one, and then he's tackled by Carlos Dansby. Alright, so I'm gonna use a control. Oh, nice. Man, did you see that? Will Allen. Anyway, resuming what I was trying to say, I was going to user control Haruki Nakamura, and I was lucky Sean Green was on the block, or at least faking it. Randall Cobb getting the best that he could, and he gets out to the 41. Regardless, that is a great job, because he got the best that he could. Effort. And it's 1st and 10. We're just going to take it easy and go to Brandon Marshall, who had to spin around to catch it. And this video, guys, is recorded on February 28th, 2012. Just so you know. I had 2 tight ends to choose, and that is way ahead of Anthony Fasano. Alright, so 3rd and 4. I'm gonna go attempt the deep bomb. Let's see, and... batted down. Devon Bass, intended receiver. So we'll have to punt. 66% power. I don't like this. But, however, wait, and Will Allen just mistimed it. He actually goes all the way around it. Alright, so 1st and 10 for the Jets. And Sean Green makes some moves, and he is tackled hard after a gain of about 4 yards. Actually, that was a gain of 4 yards. Alright, so 2nd and 6. And he finds Plaxico Burress, and I think that was Rashad Jones tackling him. But yeah, that was a big blow in coverage. Need to do better, guys. They're going to go short to Sean Green. Cameron Wade tackles him, but he is going to get the first. And that's the end of the 1st quarter. I have a feeling we're going to send Dustin Keller in motion. They are, and it's a running play. Sean Green. He's tackled by Carlos Dansby, who forces a fumble, and Jason Taylor recovers, and he breaks a tackle, and then he's tackled at the 49. Great play. And who do we find? Devon Bess. He fakes going inside and cuts back out. He doesn't get too much separation, but he gets a 8-yard gain on that reception. Play action. Going to go deep for James Casey. I think that's his name. And Darrell Revis this time comes up with an interception. So, 2 big mistakes made by Matt Moore. Mark Sanchez gives it to Sean Green. Rashad Jones forces a fumble. And Carlos Dansby recovers it. Alright, we're not going to let Matt Moore pass it. Now I'm going to trust Reggie Bush this time. Yeah, I did that for a reason. Come on. Reggie Bush doing the best he can. He gets a 7-yard gain. His productivity throughout the year has been slowed down when he got hurt at some point during the season, but statistically on yards, he hasn't been getting too much of that consistently, but he's been getting touchdowns. And I can be happy about that. And Reggie Bush this time gets tackled 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage. That's something that he's been... That's one of the troubles that he's been having. And who do we find in the end zone? Devon Bess. We now tie the game. Alright, so Dan Carpenter to kick it off, and that's a beauty. McKnight will decide to take off with it, and he's tackled by Clemens and then wrapped up by... I don't know. Alright, so, like I said, 1st and 10. They give it to Sean Green. who fumbled 2 straight times. This time he doesn't fumble, but gets a gain of 1. Well, I'm sure he's there. I'm sure he's got a lecture from the coaches about hanging on more tightly, and Sean Green breaks one, but he fumbles again. Carlos Dansby and Rashad Jones recovers it. Touchdown. And injury timeout. We'll take a look at that later. And if it's Sean Green, I guess I wouldn't be surprised. He has taken some big blows in this game. And surprise, it is Sean Green. He has a chest injury. We'll take another look into that later. Curley to return it. And he is tackled at the 21. Let's take a look at the injury. As if it's been reported yet. Nope, not yet. We'll actually take a look at that much later from now. Alright, so 1st and 10. Oh, Will Allen, interception. So, 4 turnovers by this Dolphins defense. Let's see, and he has a abdominal strain. He will miss 2 quarters. But Will Allen with the interception. We start at our 36. I'm going to send Anthony Fasano in motion. I'm going to send him outside. That leaves Dennis Pitta right here. And guess what? That's who we're going to find, and a great catch in traffic. So, 1st down now. We're going to give it to Reggie Bush. And luckily, the blocking managed to get a hole on the right, because you guys saw who was coming on the left. I actually wanted to change the play to a quick pass, but it didn't press the buttons. Alright, so 1st and goal, 2nd and goal. And I'm going to give this I'm going to see if I can get Randall Cobb this touchdown. Oh, Darrelle Revis intercepts it in the end zone. That's his 2nd interception, Darrelle Revis. So, 1st and 10. Jets. Sanchez drops back. And it is knocked away by Sean Smith. I'm just going to go back to a cover 3. And Sanchez will scramble. And he gets hit by Carlos Dansby. They call timeout after they get the 1st down. Alright, so I'm changing Cameron Wake's responsibility. I'm going to drop him back into coverage, and I guess I somewhat wanted to try to pick it off, but that was thrown in front of Wake. So alright, so 2nd and 5. I'm going to pull Jason Taylor back so I can do coverage with him. He's going to try to go deep, and it is intercepted. Haruki Nakamura, who will be going to his 1st Pro Bowl ever. And I meant to say, in his career. But you get the point. We're going to find Devon Best on this quick slant. And I was quickly thinking about it, but I'm not going to call timeout. I might on the next play, however. Wow, Devon Best, and we're going to call timeout here. Alright, so this time I'm hoping we can find Randall Cobb. So I'm going to bring him over. Change his route. I'm going to change Anthony Fasano. I'm going to make him go to the slant on the right. Actually, I'm going to make him go on the outright route. Oh, come on, Matt. That is way overthrown, intended for Randall Cobb. Play type. Actually, formation, shotgun. You know, I'm actually just going to go back here. We're going to try the stick, but I'm going to change the play to another deep pass. Change Anthony Fasano's route to a deep. Bring Randall Cobb over. I'm going to change his route to a streak. Matt Moore has time, and he throws that out of the end zone again. So we have enough time to fit in one more play. And if we don't make this one, we'll just kick in the field goal. Actually, we have time to make try two plays. And this time, that is almost intercepted. Come on, Matt. So we'll be ending this half with a 53-yard field goal. I don't think it's going to turn out good because we have 8-mile-an-hour wind against us. Let's see, 100 power. It is up and good. I would show you the halftime show, but we're just going to skip that. So Dan Carpenter has been doing a great job so far. No, not Randall Cobb. Reggie Bush tried to cut right, but then he got smacked. Alright, so 1st and 10. Oh, sure, you'll overthrow Randall Cobb on those other times, but you won't overthrow him here. And you can see Matt Moore is having a horrible game. And it's 1st and 10. And that pass is batted down. Tried to go to Anthony Fasano. They want us to do these sluggos, whatever it's called. And guess who we find? Devon Best, 5 receptions, 66 yards. I think no, he does not have a touchdown yet. But I'm sure I might eventually change that. Just going to go to quick pass. I'm going to bring Devon Best over here if he hurries up. Come on, time ticking. Oh! I guess I should have waited a little longer. That pass is batted away. Oh, Matt Moore gets sacked by Wilkerson. So we'll have to take a shot deep to get this 1st down, or at least try to move closer to get better field goal range. And that pass is batted down, intended for you know who, Anthony Fasano. 60-yard field goal. Let me look. We have the wind supporting. We have a 10-point lead, so let's just take a shot. 100 power. Ooh, boy, I'm worried about the accuracy. And it is off. That is wide right. So they will start at midfield. And just get sacked, baby, by Starks. Yeah, I made it sound like his name had 2 syllables. But that's just me goofing around. Well, I knew that Carpenter had the kick power. It was just my fault on one part because the accuracy. I just did not time the accuracy well enough. He's trying to go deep for Plastico Burst, and that pass is incomplete. So far, no user picks. And that punt goes out of bounds where? At the 24. I'm just going to change the play to a quick pass. James Casey, but he's tackled almost immediately and he's hurt. The backup fullback, third string tight end is hurt. 2nd and 10, going to change the ball and Best's route to a straight streak. But instead we're going to go to Brandon Marshall, and he has room and he gets tackled from behind. Alright, so 1st and 10 at the 42. Guess who we find? Devon Best. He's tackled out of bounds, gain of 6. James Casey has a bruised knee but will return soon. Just going to substitute him for now. Change the play. Bring Randall Cobb over. Put Devon Best deep. Same thing for Fasano. And we find Randall Cobb, and he gets hit hard and he drops it. Alright, so 3rd and 4 now. Gonna go deep for Devon Best, and that is incomplete. So we'll have to punt. Ew, I have a bad feeling about this, and yep, my instincts were right. This is in the end zone for a touchback. Change Kevin Burnett's responsibility to a zone coverage, and LaDainian Tomlinson gets tackled back at the line of scrimmage. He broke a tackle, but he's tackled anyways. Alright, so 2nd and 10. They bring Dustin Keller closer. Or at least send him in motion. Curley gets the reception, 8 or 9 yards. But, however, regardless, it is 3rd and 2. That was ridiculous, bringing the defensive tackle like that, and incomplete. They'll punt. I'm actually a little surprised. But then again, I'm not really that surprised now that you see given situations. And so Conley punts it away. Nice one. But Randall Cobb makes some moves. Could he? Will he? Maybe. No, he won't, sadly. But awesome job. And guess who we almost found on the streak? Intended for Dennis Pitta. Come on, Matt. You got to try to give it a little more oomph. And Anthony Fasano, and oh man, the safety did not play that well at all. Anthony Fasano in for the score. So we take a 3-possession lead. That pretty much locks it up. But that's too early to say so. And guys, after this game, which will pretty much be the only game shown in this video, as I possibly mentioned before, and he fumbles, Haruki picks it up. Joey McKnight. That's the 4th fumble forced on the running back. 3 on Sean Green and 1 on you know who, Joey McKnight. And Danielle Thomas does a great job. Doesn't get the touchdown, but he gets a very good game. So anyway, guys, as I was trying to say earlier, before I got hyped up from that forced fumble and recovery, like I said, this will be the only game shown in this video as Reggie Bush gets the touchdown. And, well, after this game, I'll be showing you some statistics. So Curly's back there to return, and he gets dragged down at the 18-yard line. Alright, so Sean Green is back in the game, but I'm pretty sure the Jets coaches are mad. Supremely mad. And he gets 5 yards, 9 rushes, 12 yards. That's a big ouch. Mark Sanchez, he has time, and he tries to find Santonio Holmes on the sideline, but he cannot come up with it. 3rd and 5 now. Okay, they send Dustin Keller in motion. And Curly gets stripped of the football. He got hit hard and the ball just slipped out. Alright. Excuse me. 4th and 5. They will punt. Randall Cobb then returned that other one for a touchdown, but he did a great job making the best of it, and he does it again, making the best of that punt return. I think we found ourselves our punt returner, even though he's been a little inconsistent. I wouldn't say completely inconsistent, just a little. And Westerman tackles Reggie Bush for a 2-yard loss. I'm not really surprised about Reggie Bush being tackled in the backfield. There have been times like that. I mean, barely not much has been going for him. And that is a 1-yard gain. 3rd and 11 now. Let's do the bunch jet. Going to give it out to Danielle Thomas, the Wildcat right now. And we will not get the first down as I anticipated. We get a 4-yard gain, however. Of course, obviously, we'll have to punt. Just going to choose to play, and we're at the 2-minute warning. Alright, Fields, do not let this hit the end zone. .63 power. This is not end zone bound. Oh, that's the 5th! Forced fumble on the running back. Carroll with the recovery, and McKnight fumbles again. That's a 2nd fumble, 2nd special teams fumble. Seriously, I think they're going to need to find a new pair of running backs if they don't fix their mistakes. Reggie Bush doing all that he can. He gets a 3-yard gain. I'm sure he's slightly disappointed about his performance right now, but hey, it's alright. Everyone has a bad game. And Reggie Bush, clear path into the end zone. And he's swimming down. And that's what the Dolphins would do heading into the playoffs. Swimming right down to it. 38-7, Dolphins. And it's Curly who will return it. And he gets hit hard at the 19. First and 10. Sean Green has a little room, but he only gets about 4 yards. They go no huddle. Trying to go deep and... Ooh, that is way off. Alright, 1 minute to go. There go the 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 1 running back. I'm going to user control Haruki, depending on what they do. Oh, and I just really mistimed that. Rashad Jones tackles LaDainian Tomlinson. But they get the first down. Time is ticking, they go no huddle. And surprisingly, they don't call a timeout. They don't, Alright, so that pass is batted away by Will Allen. He wasn't following color when I set him on that that new assignment, so I had to user control him. I was lucky to get there. Alright, so 2nd and 10. Sanchez with some time, and that is thrown out of bounds. Intended for Santonio Holmes. So 3rd and 10. And Vontae Davis bats it down. They will punt. Did not time that well at all with Clemens. Randall Cobb, spin move. He tried to go inside, but that closed quickly. He's taken down at the 28. So pretty much, we're just going to simply run out the clock by running. Reggie Bush gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Alright, so 1 last play before the game ends. The handoff is to Thomas, who gets on the outside, tries to outrun Leonard, but he gets to him. So 3rd and 6. 2 seconds left. Let's just do 1 more running play to end it, and horrible 3rd down conversion percentage. Alright, so Thomas this time gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage, but that's alright because the Dolphins come out with the win. Rashad Jones with being the player of the game. And guys, there's your final, 38-7. Let's take a look at the statistics. Look at that. The Dolphins turned the ball over 3 times. That was the interceptions thrown by Matt Moore. And 7 turnovers on the Jets. Matt Moore, not a great game. Reggie Bush, he had a decent game. Devon Best, man. Wow, Dansby, 8 tackles. Randy Starks with the only sack of the game. Or for the Dolphins, at least. Haruki Nakamura and Will Allen coming up with an interception. But look at this. 4 forced fumbles. 2 by Dansby, 1 by Missy, another by Jones. And they were all recovered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5? Oh well. Yeah, you remember Dan Carpenter missed a 60-yard field goal wide right, but can't blame him. Those kind of field goals are difficult to make. Alright, so guys, that is pretty much about it, but don't go away yet because time to look at some statistics. And look at that, we get the bye week on the wild card round. So guys, next time I'll be doing 2 games. Oh, and look at that, we're going to play against the Patriots. Let's take a look at the yearly awards. I'm sure this is where it ends, and Flacco will win MVP. Cam Newton will win Offensive Player. DeMarcus Ware will win Defensive Player. Cam Newton, Offensive Rookie. Justin Houston, Defensive Rookie. Aaron Rodgers, Best QB. Arian Foster, Best Running Back. Larry Fitzgerald, Best Wide Receiver. Ben Grouse, Best Offensive Lineman. Dave Ball, Best Defensive Lineman. He's hurt at the moment. DeMarcus Ware, Best Linebacker. Cortland Finnegan, Best Defensive Back. Best Kicker, Dan Carpenter. John Harbaugh, Best Coach. And Mike McCarthy, Tony Sparano, Mike Munchak, and Jim Harbaugh were the runner-ups. And Munchak, you guys remember, he was leading nearly most of the season. Alright, let's take a look at the Pro Bowl. Flacco will pretty much be starting. I mean, we have Flacco, we have Shaw, we have Tom Brady, we have Aaron Foster, we have Ray Rice, we have Maurice Jones-Drew, we have Greg Jones, Vontae Leach, Mike Wallace, Devon Bess, awesome! Nate Washington, Pierre Garçon, Andre Johnson, Anquan Bolden, Ed Dixon, Heath Miller, Jared Cook Jr., Michael Oher, David Stewart, Michael Roos, Bryant McKinney, Ben Grubbs, Chris Kamuitu, Logan Mankins, Brian Waters, Matt Burke, Nick Mangold, Matt Shaughnessy, Carlos Dunlap, Derek Morgan, Robert Mathis, Atiba Rubin, Domata Pecco, Terrence Knighton, Justin Houston, Antoine Barnes, Lamar Woodley, Tama Hale, David Harris, Gerard Mayo, Darrell Rivas, Nate Clements, Cortland Finnegan, Champ Bailey, Haruki Nakamura, Ed Reed, Chris Hope, Chris Crocker, Billy Cundiff, Sam Cock, Mark Mariani, and Antonio Brown. Let's take a look to see if any of the guys are hurt, and they're not. So guys, there are your statistics. Let's actually take a look at more statistics. Let's take a look at the final standings. And look at that. The Ravens actually lose their final game, but look at this. Packers and Ravens have the best overall record. We had second best. Titans fourth best, and so on. Let's take a look at the season stats in the NFL. In passing, Aaron Rodgers, best quarterback rating. Peyton Manning, most total passing yards, passing touchdowns. Blaine Gabbert, Alex Smith, and Jay Cutler are tied with the most interceptions. Matt Castle with the longest pass of the season, and Matt Schaub has been sacked the most, 44? Jeez. Drew Brees, most completions and most attempts. Aaron Rodgers, however, has the best completion percentage, and surprisingly, Matt Moore has the best average yards per attempt, despite splitting games with Chad Henne, who has the third best. Aaron Rodgers has the second best. Peyton Manning has the best average yards per game. Let's take a look at rushing. Frank Gore, most rushing attempts, and MJD has the most yards rushing. Pretty much we won't see Reggie. Actually, we see Reggie Bush right here, and he has the best average yards per rush. LeGarrette Blount has the most rushing touchdowns, and Reggie Bush is right there. MJD also leads the NFL with the best average yards per game. Michael Turner has fumbled the most. Courtney Nairobi is the second. And look at that. It's because of what we did to him. Frank Gore, broken the most tackles with 52. Ryan Matthews has gotten the most yards after the first hit. Ray Rice, MJD, and LeGarrette Blount has the most rushes of more than 20 yards. Brian Leonard and Marion Barber has the longest run of the season. My gosh. Calvin Megatron and Miles Austin has the most receptions in the NFL. Larry Fitzgerald has the most total receiving yards, 10 more than Megatron. Devon Best has the best average yards per reception. And Fitzgerald has nearly 100 yards average per game. My gosh. Anquan Bolden and Fitzgerald are tied with the NFL for the most receiving touchdowns. Steve Smith has the most yards gained after the catch. Matt Forte, best average yards gained after the catch. Demarius Thomas dropped the most passes, and Terrence Cooper has the longest touchdown of the season, or longest reception. Chris Kamoito has the most pancake blocks. Chris Myers and Mike Gibson has allowed the most sacks. I don't know why I'm seeing them there. Patrick Willis has the most solo tackles. Curtis Lawton, most tackle assists. Patrick Willis has the most tackles total. Jason Taylor has the most tackles for a loss. Carlos Dansby second. Kendall Langford is tied with DeQuell Jackson and Lance Briggs for third. And Will Smith, DeMarcus Ware, and Adrian Claiborne, sorry about that, are tied with in the NFL the most quarterback sacks. Darrelle Revis has the most interceptions. That's not important. And I was referring to that. Anyway, Gerard Mayo has the most pass deflections. Barrett Rude, Linval Joseph, Greg Lloyd, DeMarcus Ware, and Joe Mays are tied in the NFL with the most forced fumbles. Eli Manning and Ryan Fitzpatrick lead the NFL with the most fumble recoveries. Wow. Prince Amakamara has blocked 2 kicks. Special teams blocks. And Hood, among all these other guys you see. And Babineau, Levy, and Langford have a safety. Jonathan Joseph, Pittman, Cromartie, Sanders, and Bird are tied in the NFL with the most defensive touchdowns. So kicking, Mason Crosby has made the most field goals and has attempted the most field goals, but Dan Carpenter has the best field goal percentage. Oh wow. Sebastian Janikowski, Stephen Gostkowski, Mason Crosby, Jason Hanson, Dan Carpenter, Adam Vinatieri, Brian Suckup, and Mike Nugent are tied in the NFL with the longest field goal, 56. Jason Hanson, however, has 2 blocked field goals. That hurts. Pat McAfee has the most kickoffs with 96. But Dan Carpenter has pretty much the only touchbacks with 56. John Ryan. I mean, you guys can see the stats here. And look, that's a pretty good net average, but that could be better. Alright, so McKnight. Oh, this is actually surprising. It's because he must have done a punt return. Oh, anyway, look. Yeah. But, wow, Reggie Bush is the only player in this season with 2 special teams touchdowns. You guys remember that from the game against the Browns. Alright, so there are those statistics. Let's take a look at team stats in the NFL. On offense, look, dead last for total yards. Same thing for total offense, passing yards, We're not last in rushing yards. We're somewhere. There we are. This is where we are with the points per game. We are not last for the most passing touchdowns. We are third with the most rushing touchdowns. And luckily, we haven't allowed the most sacks. But we have gotten the fewest first downs. But look at this. Allowed the least amount of total yards on defense, passing yards, rushing yards, points. But we haven't been getting a lot of sacks. Tied for fourth, I suppose, for the most forced fumble recoveries. But look at that, we're tied for first in the most interceptions with 22, tied with the Packers. Conversions, we had the fewest we had converted the fewest, 55, and had the fewest attempts. But luckily, we don't have the worst percentage. That's pretty good fourth down percentage. We pretty much didn't go for 2 all season. For red zone on the offense, most attempts, second most offensive red zone touchdowns, third most offensive red zone field goals. Not the best percentage, but it's still good. For defense, look at that. 15 defensive red zone attempts, allowed 3 touchdowns and 7 field goals. That's just amazing. For penalties, we only got called for 10 for 99 yards, so that's still good for us. Alright, so we are pretty much tied for third, I suppose, with the best turnover difference, +6. We gave the ball away 26 times, 22 picks, 4 lost fumbles. But we took the ball away 32 times, 22 interceptions, 10 fumble recoveries. And, let's see if there's anything else we can look at. Now, thanks to actually, there is something we should look at, is the Patriots injury report. Oh, man. Rob Nikovich, Deion Branch is still out. Donald Thomas, and Matt Light. So these Patriots will be coming rattled up. And before I say goodbye, guys, let's take a look at the league schedule. Let's take a look at the schedule. I don't know how, because right now it's showing this, being a little bogus on me. Let's see if we can find out through the standings. Alright, so the Titans lost in the wild card game, and the Niners will be playing, alright. So yeah, Titans are out of the playoffs. The Cowboys will be continuing. The Panthers lost. The Lions were the ones responsible for beating the Panthers. The Texans won, so they'll be going to Baltimore. In fact, the Texans are responsible for the Titans' loss. And the Broncos lost. Chiefs lost. Actually, they're not in the they're not in the playoffs. So the Falcons lost in the wild card round. The Eagles have won. Steelers. Actually, I'm sorry. The Eagles, Steelers are not involved in the playoffs. So yeah, guys, let's go over this again. The Packers will be playing against Detroit. The Ravens will be hosting the Texans. Will be hosting the Patriots. The Niners will be hosting the Cowboys. So guys, that is it for this episode. As soon as this saves, alright guys, I will see you next time, and it's going to be a good one. Adios.